Sinwar is gone. The top Hamas commanders are dead, but one elusive figure has now emerged from the shadows, known as the ghost of al-Qassam. So, who is alDin al-Haddad, and why does Israel consider him one of the most dangerous men in Gaza right now? Let's break down the rise of Hamas's new military chief, and what his ascent means for the war in Gaza, the fate of Israeli hostages, and the chances of a ceasefire. Who is alDin al-Haddad? alDin al-Haddad is a longtime member of Hamas's military wing, the Is Izz al-Qassam Brigades. His journey began at the company level, but he climbed the ranks steadily, eventually leading 6 battalions and a special forces unit. His big break came in 2021, when Bassem Issa, a senior Hamas commander, was killed by Israel. Al-Haddad was then promoted to head the Gaza Brigade, a critical post. By June 2024, he had taken over command in northern Gaza. And when Yahya Sinwar was reportedly killed, al-Haddad assumed control over 2 major regional commands and 14 battalions. At that point, he shared overall military leadership in Gaza with Mohammed Sinwar, until Sinwar, too, was eliminated. With both Sinwar brothers gone, al-Haddad now appears to be the de facto military head of Hamas inside Gaza. What was his role in the October 7th attacks? Al-Haddad wasn't just a battlefield commander, he was a key architect of the October 7th attacks. According to Israeli media outlet Ynet, al-Haddad held a secret meeting the night before the assault. In that meeting, he distributed a plan: abduct Israeli soldiers, document the assault live, and seize border towns. One major operation under his command was the deadly assault on the Nahal Oz military base. More than 60 Israeli soldiers and 15 civilians were killed, and many were taken hostage. Later, in an interview with Al Jazeera, al-Haddad claimed Hamas's attack was a preemptive strike. He said the group had hacked into Israeli Unit 8200 systems and discovered a war plan aimed at Gaza. The master of evasion. Israel has tried to eliminate al-Haddad for years. He's survived at least 6 assassination attempts, dating back to 2008. His home has been bombed multiple times, in 2008, 2012, 2021, and 2023. Since the current war began, 3 more Israeli attempts have targeted him. In one raid, Israeli troops stormed a site where he was thought to be hiding, only to find he had already escaped. He reportedly follows strict security measures and trusts only a few close aides. His movements are constantly changing. Israel has now placed a bounty of $750,000 on him. But his family hasn't been spared. His eldest son and grandson were killed in January 2025. Another son was killed in April. How much power does he really hold? Al-Haddad's influence isn't limited to military operations. He also played a senior role in al-Mad, Hamas's internal counterintelligence wing. That unit, created by Yahya Sinwar, was tasked with rooting out Israeli informants inside Gaza. His close ties with the Sinwar brothers helped him gain trust at the highest levels of Hamas. After their deaths, that trust translated into power. He has been involved in both military strategy and political decisions. For instance, during a temporary ceasefire when hostages were released, including British-Israeli dual citizen Emily Damari, al-Haddad reportedly ensured the operation ran smoothly. He's also believed to have had veto power over the latest ceasefire proposal put forth by U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff. Hamas initially accepted it in principle, but then proposed a revised hostage timeline, which Witkoff publicly called unacceptable. That means al-Haddad isn't just a military leader, he's now one of the final decision-makers on whether war ends or continues. So who handles public diplomacy? While al-Haddad remains in the shadows, public negotiation is being handled by Mohammed Ismail Darwish. Darwish was once an obscure Hamas figure, known mainly for managing financial operations. Now, he has stepped up as a key negotiator and possibly taken over the role once played by the Sinwars. The Shabbana factor. Another name that briefly came up as a potential successor was Mohammed Shabbana, the commander of the Rafah Brigade. He has overseen elite units like the Nukba Force, which also played a role in the October 7th attacks. Like al-Haddad, He's survived multiple assassination attempts. 3 of his sons have died in the ongoing conflict. There was speculation that he may have died in the same tunnel strike that killed Mohammed Sinwar, but that remains unconfirmed. For now, Shabbana's fate is unclear, and al-Haddad's leadership appears uncontested. From planning surprise attacks to dodging assassinations, alDin al-Haddad has become Hamas's most powerful military commander inside Gaza. His every move now shapes not just the battlefield, but also the future of ceasefire talks, hostage deals, and diplomacy. As the war drags on, one question looms large: can the ghost of al-Qassam be stopped, or will his shadow only grow? Stay with us for more in-depth explainers on Middle East geopolitics, the Gaza conflict, and what's next for the region. Subscribe to the Indian Express.